Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the garden. It is very windy, if you couldn't tell, and it has been overcast and cloudy all day. It is supposed to rain for the next few days off and on, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, and then a little reprieve, and then I think just scattered showers here and there, which would be great for my garden if I had everything planted, so let's plant everything. I also put, my love bug came out here with me and drilled holes in the containers that I needed holes in. So that one right there, the black one, and a red one all the way at the end over there needed holes in them. They now have holes in them so I could fill them up with soil and compost. I brought this basket of goodies out here. We've got true organic blood meal and true organic bone meal. These are both granular fertilizers, so I'm just going to mix them into the top few inches of each container, and they'll feed over time, mostly over the winter, so that I don't have to feed with liquid soluble fertilizer. I don't have to water the garden nearly as much in the winter, so I like to add my granular fertilizer in the fall. And then through the spring and summer, I mix in water-soluble fertilizer into my water to fertilize the plants. We have quite a few things to do, and I'm not sure how much time I have, so let's go ahead and get to something, anything, and everything. So this container is going to be a great representation of what I've done to all of these containers. This one's just getting done all at once, so you can actually see what's happening. This white wheeled bucket is filled on the top with used soil and on the bottom with compost. So as I shovel it out, the used soil will go in first, and then it'll mix in a little bit, and then it'll be compost on top. The little pieces of paper like this, it looks like paper, is actually biodegradable plant pots that I started some seedlings in for the festival in April. So those can just stay in there. They will compost down and become part of the soil. Okay, that's most of the used soil. We're getting to compost now. So I'm just going to pick up this bucket and dump it. Nice. This one's a little close to the top. I'm going to take that out. And that leaves us a good few inches for mulch. So now let's show you how I'm amending these beds. So this bag here is worm castings. It is the Wiggle Worm Pure Worm Castings Organic Fertilizer. So inside the worm castings is basically, I'll show you here. We've got 1% is nitrogen, 1% calcium, and 0.2% iron derived from earthworm castings. So this is basically compost made by worms, just an organic fertilizer for your plants. Then I have these two. We have the true organic, this is blood meal, and this is 12% nitrogen. And 9% of that 12% is slow release, so it'll continue to feed the plants nitrogen. And then this is bone meal, and the bone meal is 7% nitrogen, 7% phosphates, and 7% calcium. So this is nitrogen, phosphorus, and calcium. You'll notice that a lot of what I'm giving is nitrogen, and the least is phosphorus. The next available that I would need more of is calcium, but I've not noticed anything in my plants that would say I have a calcium deficiency, so I'm just going to continue with what I've been doing. So like I said, this container is some used potting soil mixed with compost. It's basically used garden soil on the bottom. On the top is organic compost that I sourced locally. Then we are going to do 1 full cup. This is a half cup measure. So we're doing 2 scoops of this, of the worm castings. This is what the worm castings look like up close. Just tiny little black pellets, basically. And then I have this other half cup measure because the worm castings are a little wet and sticky. So I'm going to do 2 scoops. This is what that looks like up close. More pelleted, as you can see, so it'll take a lot longer for it to break down. 2 scoops of that. And here's the bone meal. Not quite as pelleted, but some pellets, so some will break down quick, some won't. And 2 scoops of that. Then I just use my hand to mix that in just to the top, I don't know, 2 to 3 inches of the container. Just like that. So all of these other containers already have the soil and the compost in them. I just need to add the amendments, the worm castings, the bone meal, and the blood meal. And then after that we will get to planting. So let's amend these beds. I think what I'm gonna do is walk around the entire garden and just do worm castings, and then walk around and do bone meal, and then walk around and do blood meal, because that just seems the most efficient. I don't have very much worm castings left in there, so I'm not sure if this will cover the whole garden or not, but I'll do what I can. Even the ones with plants in them, I'm just gonna try and make it as even as I can, push some around the plants when I do mix it in. I can already tell I won't have enough for all of them, so I'm going to start doing just 1 scoop in each container and hope that that spreads the full distance. I can always add more later. Okay, all of them except these 2. That one has a tiny bit. Got worm castings. Up to about here, they only got 1 scoop each instead of 2, but that's alright. Now we're going in with the bone meal. I have 2 bags of this, but I think I'm going to start doing 1 scoop of this also, because I can always come back and put another scoop if I have enough. This bag's already open, so we'll just do this one first. Obviously, let these stay in the container much too long. Putting 1 bok choy with each broccoli right now. So these are the first cabbages I'm putting in the garden, and after I put in the cabbages, I'm going to have to stop to make some tags, because both these and the broccolis, I only put 1 tag in the 6 cell, and that is a dire mistake that I will never make again. I will tag each one beforehand. Whoa, that one's got long roots. Earlier today, I took this container of used tags, box rather than container, and I tried to wash them in vinegar and baking soda, but it didn't help. I do have a UV-proof, waterproof marker that I use, this one right here. So I had to use alcohol, but I just used a kitchen rag and some alcohol. So some of these have a little bit of faint, noticeable writing on it, but not enough that it's going to confuse me. And each pack of these tags costs $5. So reuse. So these are Glory of ENK. Cabbage. And I actually knew that my broccoli wasn't labeled already, so I pre-wrote some tags for those right here. Oh, that's not the right one. These are not the right ones. I lied. They're not right here. They're over there. I will go get them. Yes, here they are. Okay. We've got, that one already has that red tag, so then this one, Bellstar broccoli, also one for this one, for this one, this guy here, that one already has a tag in it, this one needs one. Okay, all those broccolis got tags, so now we've got another pack of cabbage. These are Core Debut cabbage, spelled like this. I want only cabbage in all these spaces. I'm going to put like a couple kales or something over here. So this one's going to go here. Looks like these two dried out too much, and this one only recently germinated or something, but I'll use that one. Why not? Nice. I'll just put him right here in the front. So these artichokes, I think I've decided I'm going to grow them in a container over winter and then plant them out in the spring and see how that goes. So I don't need to plant these right now. So next we're going to do Golden Acre Cabbage. So these ones are Romanesco. I'll go ahead and place those also, considering they don't look the same as a cabbage. Now I will write tags for each of those. This time I'm just gonna write the tags and then place them. Now where to place them? The sprouting broccolis don't get as big as regular broccolis, so I think I could do 2 per container. 1 and 2. I'll do 1 in with the thyme, so that they're not competing too badly. 2 over here with the chives. Okay, all the way down here at the end, we still have 1 container with no starts in it. So we shall do 2 of the early purple sprouting broccoli. Then we're gonna do, let's see. That Golden Acre cabbage is really small, so I'm actually gonna put a sprouting broccoli in with it. And then the last sprouting broccoli is going to go right here with the chives and the phlox. Okay, we've moved into greens territory. This is all lettuce. Where shall we plant? I'm not going to tag these each individually because I don't really care. And one having a tag will mean I can look at that one and go see which ones look like it. So this is Vivian romaine, and this is Landis winter lettuce. Oh, I know I like this Landis winter lettuce. Oh, shoot. I didn't place this kale yet. I need to do that first. Okay. That changed things. I basically think there's going to be lettuce in every single one of these containers because I planted a lot of lettuce, and when you eat lettuce, it goes fast. So I'm just going to put one everywhere. And I actually am going to thin the romaines down to just one, because I've never got a lettuce to head for me, and I'd like to. Oh no! I just stepped on this. Uh-oh. These lettuces are crisp mint romaine and little gem romaine. It looks like none of my Buttercrunch Butterhead lettuce germinated, which is very sad because that is my favorite kind. And this is Gustav's salad lettuce, a new kind to me. I think I've made the decision that for a little while, this entire container is just going to be spinach. This one is giant noble spinach. Come on out of there, little fella. These ones I'm actually going to go ahead and plant, I think, so that I can know how many I really want to put in here. This here is Matador spinach. I think I could even fit a few more in here. These ones are Bloomsdale spinach. I have 3 left, and I don't think I can fit 3 more. I could probably fit 1 more, but I'm just going to put these in the green stock, I think. Let's see. Where are those couple of empty pockets? Not that one, not that one. That one right there. Okay, time to actually plant all the things. So I'm just going to take what I'm going to plant and set it on the ground. Get out any big sticks or anything, leaves. Mix in the amendments. cabbage. Kale. And continue. Okay, this one has a plant already in it, so it's a little bit more tricky to try and mix the amendments in, but not too bad. I just kind of circle around it. Good morning, everybody, and happy coffee, of course. This morning I am out in the garden to check on all of these plants that we put in. It has been 2 days since we planted them, and the night that I planted them, it thunderstormed really hard and then rained for a good 4 to 5 hours yesterday morning, so they got watered in pretty well. And I think they're all doing good, so let's check on them. Oh yeah. I love the little water droplets that sit on the edges of the leaves when it's cold out. So these are doing good. I don't think we've had any casualties. It's a cabbage and a sprouting broccoli, or a cabbage and a kale rather. All of this colored stuff that you see, this is actually the bone meal that we put in there. I didn't cover it with mulch, so it all got wet and it's crumbling apart, which is what it's supposed to do. It just wasn't supposed to do it that quickly necessarily. But that is my fault, not the fault of the bone meal. A couple of them, like these two, are pretty bare because I do still need space to put in more lettuce. I haven't planted any radishes or beets. Everything is looking really good. The sun is just now coming up over my house at almost 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll have to keep that in mind, that around 8 o'clock is when my furthest container starts to get sun. So the red ones over there around 8 o'clock start to get sun, and then as it rises, it slowly gets closer and closer and touches all of these plants. So everything is looking really good. I'm really happy. Planted a ton of spinach in this container. Never done that much spinach all in the same container before, but I've struggled with growing spinach and it actually being enough to give me food. So let's see if that works. I did plant one little cilantro plug in the green stalk just for easy use and because there wasn't a strawberry in that pocket. Ooh, that runner's getting long. I could probably plant that into something soon. Carrots doing nicely. And pretty soon, I was going to do it this morning, but I didn't have enough time. But this container is going to be carrots. And at the same time that I plant this container with carrots, I'm going to plant this container with radishes. And then by the time I want to plant more carrots, the radishes should be done. So I'm going to have one set and then 2 sets of carrots. The radishes will be harvested before these carrots are even done. And then I'll have 3 containers of carrots growing at the same time, but I'm out about a month apart so that I don't have to harvest all of the carrots at once. Generally, I plant my garlic at the end of October, and today is the 1st of November. So I'm a little bit late, but this October was so warm and dry in comparison to our Octobers in general. We got those few freezes right at the middle of October, and then it was 80 degrees every day for the end until legit last night was 40 degrees. And I think now that November has hit, all the leaves are actually starting to fall. The ground is covered in leaves everywhere. It's gorgeous, but that means the cold is actually coming. So within the next week, I will have to get my garlic into the ground, and I will for sure be taking you guys along for that. Then within the next 2 months, we'll be starting onion seeds. Alright guys, well, I'm really happy with how the garden is turning out, and hopefully these broccolis actually head up for me. I will be starting more broccolis inside so that I can plant them out closer to the end of winter and then harvest them in the spring before I put in all the summer crops, because I don't know if these ones are even actually going to do anything. We lose light, we get cold, they just don't grow very fast. So hopefully they do, but if not, I'll plant some more. So thank you guys so much for coming along in my garden with me the other day and today. Happy coffee, and I'll see you all in the next one.